Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space. We're here every Monday through Friday, just about. and we do meditations in the morning, and we've got a tribal group here. I love being part of this tribe, this soul tribe. So, anyway, we'll wait a minute for people to come on, and then if you're watching this at a later time, thank you for being here. Please subscribe and like. Also, there's a lot of other readers that come on, so please subscribe and like to them as well. So today is the law of detachment. So being able to find joy and love in things, not being tied to the outcome, and that fear is how we really get abundance. So I love that. Good morning, Maruta. Good morning, Lauren. Hi, Judith. How are you, dear? So good to see everybody. Aw, Judith, I don't know that emoji. That's really pretty. Is that like a sunrise or sunset? It's beautiful. Aw, it's so good to see everybody. So I was just talking about the law of abundance, or actually the law of detachment, which is kind of all about abundance. So when we look at things with that witnessing awareness, and we've been working with our senses all the time too, about smelling things and bringing our sensuality into things, smelling things while we're in, before we get into a deep meditation, then once you're in that deep meditation, to also bring in our senses, and it opens up your awareness, but also opens up your intuition. So it's really fun. Oh, flowing. Hi, beautiful. How are you? It's so good to see everybody here this morning. Oh, man. I don't know about you guys, but we got a little bit of rain today or last night. I don't think it's as much as we need right now. I know some of you are really getting hit with all the rain and the snow. A friend of mine was going to Canada and she got stuck in San Diego. So the passes aren't open. They were driving up. Anyway, it's so nice to see everybody here. So, oh, good. It's a lovely morning, Judith. That's great. That's great. Before we know it, it's 35 here right now, but before we know it, it's really going to be hot, isn't it? So I'll take the 35 right now. It's great. Excuse me for a minute. So my nose is always running. That means spirit's coming in, or I've got a cold, but I think it's spirit. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Breathing in all the way up to the larynx, filling ourselves with deep oxygen, blowing out through the mouth. All the CO2, just feel your body deflate. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. Give it a big push when you get down to your sits bones. Maruta, you're supposed to get snow, but the temps are going to be in the 40s, so rain. Yeah. Another big deep breath. Let it out. Let it out of the mouth. One more, just in your own time frame. All right. Now just let your body breathe you. So today, with this law of detachment, let's look again at things around our room, things that we might be attached to. So I'm attached to this crystal. It's one of my favorite crystals, and I like to use it a lot when I meditate or do healings. So feeling that love, that healing love. I am attached to that, but I think you can be kind of attached to things and love things and get joy out of them. I think that attachment comes with fear, doesn't it? Fear of losing, fear of missing out. As my brother called that, FOMO, fear of missing out, not going to an event because you have FOMO. Anyway, looking around our rooms or just looking at our lives and see things that we're attached to. I'm attached to my roof. And so I have roof problems. So I have another roofer coming over. So I noticed this week that I do have a fear of that roof. So anyway, I just need to breathe into it and let it go. So looking around our lives and seeing where our attachments lay. What fears do we have? And it's a good thing to look at those fears. Yeah, Maruta, that Four of Cups feeling, it is, isn't it? Well, that's a good note too. I'm glad you brought that up because sometimes if we don't look at our fears, we don't see that attachment and what that feeling is. For me, when I see something like that, oh, Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When I look at attachment, I look at my heart space. So let's go into that. And you don't have to look at one of your big fears. This doesn't have to be a big deal, but like my roof. Okay. So I get in my heart space, I get a little lump. So notice what you feel like, what your body feels like when you're in that. Is your breathing shallow? Do you even stop breathing a little bit for a minute? Just hold your breath when you go into that attachment, that fear. Now let's turn it around. I'm going to imagine my roof is whole and fixed and that I can fix my roof. So I can let that go. So whatever it is, like, that you might need a new car or that a new pair of shoes, right? Your old pair of shoes is old or you need something to wear to an event or maybe you have people coming over. So I do that to myself. I invite people over and then I think, oh my gosh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that instead of detaching and just being in the moment of joy. So let's turn everything around. Anything that we have that attachment to, that we're attached perhaps to climate change. And I'm not saying that we don't feel those feelings because we do. We witness them. And it's good to be concerned. And it's good to have emotions. But while we have them, let's turn it around. What can we do about climate change? What can I do about my roof? Or having people over for Easter? So look at it and see, well, yes, I am concerned about that. And this is what I'm doing about it. So again, we're changing the neuroplasticity. It's an early morning for talking those big words in our brain. And we're detaching. We're seeing that these things can change, that we can change things. We have that ability physically, mentally, and spiritually. Things can change. So, detachment. All right, let's call in our angels. I don't know how that went there. Let's call in our angels. Feeling them all around us as they glide in. Somebody somersaults in. Calling in our ancestors. Everyone from this lifetime and others. Perhaps we have some, okay. Yeah, and so my mom's telling me how tied she was to some things. And, if we have generational trauma or ancestral trauma, which a lot of us do probably, or probably some of our parents grew up during the Depression. Good morning, Miss Charlotte. We're talking about detachment, um, and being detached from fears, but not repressing them, looking at them and saying, yes, I see that I am attached to that, or I see that I fear that. And this is what I can do about that. So we changed the whole vibe about it. Anyway, so we're also calling in our angels. So feeling our angels all around us. And they show us orbs that we can use spiritually, but also emotionally. That there are these tools at our disposal. And then physically, how that affects us. Maruta says, my mom was super attached to her culture because she was forced to flee her country. So I can feel that, Maruta. My mom was in the Holocaust and forced to flee. And that's a lot to grow up with. And they have everything that they do. I don't know how old she was, but we never have the coping skills to flee our country, do we? Or in the moment, usually. So now, learning those skills, and she did the best she could. My mom did, and I'm sure your mom did too with what they had. So, in our house, there was a fear of food. There was an attachment to food because there was no food during the war. And so we always had a lot of food in our kitchen. And I've had to deal with that because I was very wasteful for a long time. Buying too much. Oh, she was about 5, Maruta. So that's a big thing to grow up with and not have any skills for, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure that she devised her own skills, but nobody tells you, do they? So in the moment, and certainly in our parents' generations and our grandparents' generations, they didn't have those. All right. So let's bring in some joy, shall we? Let's bring in the joy of our animals, our animal spirits, that unconditional love. Because joy is not about happiness or amusement. It's about a love inside us. So today we're going to go into that. And that brings me to the Sacred Heart. And some call it the Sacred Heart of Jesus or Mary. But it can be the Sacred Heart of any archetype that you want to use today. So let's bring that in. Breathe it into our heart space. So we're going to bring in some love and some joy and feel that all around us. They're spirit animals like our cats and our dogs bring us. I'm feeling their joy. Noticing that they're always here with us. And we have tools at our disposal. We have coping skills that we're learning. Always learning here. Yeah, every minute, every day. So bringing that all into our heart space too. Now, as we go into that heart space, let's go ahead and bring in the Divine Mother, her abundance and serenity. So we'll feel ourselves grounding to the earth, our sits bones, our feet. Just see ourselves rooting, going through the soil, the shadows, where we learn our coping skills. And seeing that root system that connects us to all our generations, all our ancestors. Also connects us to all the plants and all living things on the planet. And off planet, I'm hearing now, with the ley lines, the crystalline energy, feeling that abundance. Going deeper, following those ley lines as they go around the earth and connect all of us as we merge. Now connecting as we go in the earth. So as the earth is advancing and growing her density, as she moves on and transitions, I'm seeing these ley lines going into the planet. So let's follow them down, that beautiful crystalline energy, till we reach the rocks, like a vein going through, throbbing, bringing oxygen, taking away carbon. Is it CO2? I'm not sure when it gets in the vein, if it still is. And then going deeper, deeper into the healing waters. Let's do some healings here. Healings for our ancestors. Healings for us. For all of us. And just float for a minute. Feeling our physical form. And those things that we were attached to. Fears, a roof, something major, like what our parents might have gone through, and our growth opportunities too, what we went through. And let's just feel ourselves floating, watching those, and watching how well they coped with so little that they had to cope with, especially at 5. I think my mom was 11. Seeing all that with pride in them, and seeing the joy that they had when we were born, no matter what happened, they loved us. Now, just float for a minute. Okay, let's go deeper. Let's go into that cavern with waterfalls of crystalline energy. That earth, the Divine Mother, Gaia. Seeing her as she sits by the pool of crystalline energy like a mirror. And she gives us an orb. It's a golden orb. Diamond orb. Diamonds reflect all the light, all the different energies. And also let us look at things. Allow us to see with detachment the joy in our hearts. Not repressing, but reflecting. All right, let's bring us that into our heart space. Diamond Sutra. Breathe it in and exhale. Feeling it spread throughout our bodies, even our physical body, our emotional body. Soothing, calming, like a bright light. And now see it around our spirit bodies. Effervescence. Sparkles. Always sparkles, right? Now, thanking Mother Earth. She says, I'm not done. Okay. So as we lay here at our feet, and you can be laying down or sitting down or jumping around, it doesn't matter. Notice there are other beings here. Sparkles, Miss Charlotte, always sparkles. Other beings, other loved ones, maybe from other lifetimes, but people that we see in our dreams, perhaps, our tribe, our soul families, and that we've brought them here for that healing. Our ancestors. Oh, that's beautiful. So then let's share them, or share with them this time and light, this reflection, feeling their load lighten, seeing that they now have the coping skills for what happened back then, or what's going to happen in the future. The art of reflection, the sparkles, the effervescence. All right. And let's share that with each other while we're here. We've already merged, but let's see that light grow. Just feel that diamond light inside us. And while we're here, we're also going to bring that up to our third eye and our crown chakra. Just noticing the sensations here with that reflection. That diamond light. All right. And while we're here, I'll just say something that I heard today. Amazement and joy. When your mind and heart are truly open, abundance will flow to you effortlessly. I think that's beautiful. Yes, a reflection of strength and beauty, Lauren. And sometimes strength is being able to let go and detach, isn't it? All right. So bringing that beautiful strength and that beautiful beauty, like that, bringing it all around all of us, sharing it. Now we'll flow back up. And this time when we get to the blue waters, see the bubbles, like a bubble bath. So this time these healing waters have so much joy in them, so much effervescence, amazement, and joy. And see that all our ancestors and our angels are here, our spirit guides, our little ones, joining in, thanking us. Now traveling back up. The rocks are all smooth now. There's a huge crystalline cavern that we travel through, like an elevator. Coming back. As we reach the soil, seeing these ley lines as they interconnect, and the root systems that connect us, make us one. All of us one. Now let's travel through some of those plants and notice how we're blossoming. Feeling that divine abundance as we transform all of us. And we'll come back to our rooms, back to our bodies, repeating any I am that you want today. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am blossoming effortlessly. All right. Wow, that's beautiful. Coming back to our bodies now. Feeling our feet, our toes, feeling the effervescence and the sparkles around us. Feeling in our heart space that diamond sutra, that diamond line. See how it transforms us. Our third eye and our crown chakra, all the way down to our sits bones. Coming back to this physical form. All of our energy is completely back in the physical form. If you feel any dizziness here because we did some deep work, be really kind to yourself here. Let's give ourselves hugs and share those hugs with each other, thanking each other, pulling all our energy back inside. Maybe rub our crown chakra a little, the back of our head, our medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. I love that word. It's so fun. Right at the base of your spine. Now rubbing our hands lightly together. All over your hands, completely back in the physical form. Pushing down lightly on the tops of your thighs. Oh, hugs all around, Judith. Yes, lots of hugs. And sisters and brothers. And coming back into our heart space. Noticing all the love around us, all the beauty, the amazement, effortlessly. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We are back. Oh, flowing. Thanks. Yeah, that was all spirit. I never know what's going to happen sometimes when we go in, and that was a new one for me. Wow. So I love that. Amazement and joy. And another time we can do some more healings about generational trauma, things that I've kind of done before, but this was a completely new one. So thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you, spirit, right? And that's all our spirits. Definitely when we're in group. And what is that? Oh, thanks, Maruda. Thank you for being here. When we're in group and we do this together, it's all our spirits together. I mean, obviously, we are all one, right? We are soul tribe. We are all connected. That root system, that energy. And together, gosh, whew, amazing. Really beautiful. So, wow. I hope everybody's back okay. Nobody's dizzy. That was so much fun. Diamond Sutra. I love Diamond Sutra. So, Lauren, that's funny. Thanks. She says, it is cute watching you while your angels step in to lead the way this morning. I make a cute little girl face. Thanks. Oh, guides and angels are smiling, right? You know, so sometimes, well, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in the Catholic faith, and and you know, there was a lot of things about sin and whatnot, and I find that our angels are so beautiful and so much fun, and they want us to have joy. So it's all about joy, isn't it? Jane, how are you, beautiful? Jane the Secret Tarot's here. I know everybody knows Jane. She's so has a beautiful channel, very giving. So, Jane, how are you feeling today, beautiful? And if you're watching this on a rerun later after the live, it's okay. All your spirits were here today with you too, doing this healing. Your generational spirits, your ancestors. Oh, yeah. And once again, if anybody wants a card after that, I'm happy to give it. Um, Jane, I hope you're feeling better. Oh man, we just did some heavy duty work. So we're kind of coming back into this physical form, effervescing. Miss Charlotte says, "Hi, Dad. Say hi to Grandma." Right? She's saying, "Here I am, honey. You say hi to me." Oh, oh, You're getting better, Jane. Good, good. I was doing some healings last night. I was in a Reiki group, and honey, I put you all in there. So I'm so glad you're feeling better. I'm so glad about that. Yeah, pain. Ugh. So we were talking about coping skills. So pain. Wow, that's a lot of coping. So I know Jane and I have talked about this before, but having those opportunities of growth, right? Or effing opportunities, as I like to call them. So lots of opportunities. Sometimes it's amazing that some of the most spiritual and gifted people that I know, like Jane, um, uh, um, or a lot of people that are so gifted have had those growth opportunities. So when I was growing up and all this stuff, and I thought, oh, how embarrassing that this happened to our family or that this happened to me, especially as a young adult. Um, but it makes us who we are, and we learn so much from them. And it pushes us, I think, to seek deeper. Anyway, oh, I'm getting so heavy here. I need to get bubbly again, more effervescent, but detach, finding joy. All right, I'm going to give us a card for the day. Oh, Maruta, yes, of course, honey. Let's give you a card first. Whoa, Maruta, something's pulling out. Oh, the divine feminine. So, you saw me shuffling and she jumped out. So, the divine mother, Gaia, the divine feminine, um, giving us a big hug here, but also that diamond sutra. Noticing that white light and how it encompasses all the other lights and bringing it into our heart space. Just what we just did. Oh, you got the deck? Oh, good, Jane. I love this deck. It's so much fun. And this is the meditation that we just did, Maruta. I'm going to give you another card because I think this is for all of us. But it's funny because when I pull cards now, it's a lot of times it's for all of us. Okay, excuse me. You can't make that up. Meditation. So this is what we just did, the divine feminine meditation. So uh, just noticing and being kind to yourself and joyful for yourself, because look at how much you're growing. Look at where you're aspiring to or where you are. Um, and recognizing that those ley lines as they interconnect and that energy, that crystalline energy comes from us too, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the earth. So Jane, yeah, Jane's birthday is coming up. She got herself something. Maruta, that's gorgeous. So, and again, I think it's for all of us. And then Maruta, I get this beautiful healing angel coming to you today. And this is so much to do with what we just did, right? Healing our beautiful hearts, healing our ancestors. All right. We talk about joy. Mm-hmm. I was dancing to Lizzo last night, talking about joy while I was making dinner and cleaning up the dishes. I had some fun. Oh, Maritza pulled confirmation, pulled the maiden from my Beltane Oracle. All right, I'm going to have to look that up. I'm writing that down. Beltane Oracle cards. That sounds beautiful. I can use those. Oh, yeah. She got a beautiful card. I love that card. It's beautiful. I'm so glad you got the deck, Jane, because it's so much fun. I love using it. It amazes me how much energy comes off of, right? Oh, Jane says, Maruta, do you have the Witch's Wisdom deck? Yeah, you're welcome, Maruta. The Witch's Wisdom. Yeah, I'd love to see that deck too, the Witch's Wisdom. I'm going to write that down too. Oh, okay. So is this a series, The Witches of Witch Beltane and The Witch's Wisdom? It must be. That sounds cool. Yeah. I've got so I haven't been reading cards all that long. Like I've been doing readings since I was in my teens. I used to do past life readings, but it was reading the Akashic records. But and then I had cards back then, but I never really did anything with them. And so in the past 10 years, I've been playing with cards. But Jane, oh my gosh, Jane is amazing with cards. So I love. You should teach some classes, Jane, when you have time. I know you're busy, but I have taken a couple of classes from her, just small group classes. They're really great. All right, everybody. Oh, Miss Charlotte, are you interested in the Zoom session? Okay, let's get it on the schedule. I will look at that this weekend and figure something out. If you guys want to do, I would love to do a Zoom session. And what's fun with a Zoom session is, well, number one, we can all see each other and talk to each other. But another thing that's fun with a Zoom session is we can open it up. So when we get, I can take us into a meditation. And then when we get to a certain point, we can all chime in with what we see. So it increases, oh my God, it just kind of blows everything up. So all our visions together. I will put that together. If I don't, I'll have it by Wednesday. How's that? Wednesday is a good time to do that. So and think about that and think about what days are good for you guys and let me know. Uh, you know, yeah, it would be exciting, wouldn't it? Like if somebody wants to do it on a weekday, that's great, but we could do weekends too. So, oh, and tomorrow at 9:30, I'm doing a live, and we'll do a meditation and then cards. And Candy Mullen's going to be there, and she's a master Reiki healer, so she's quite an intuitive and does a lot of things intuitively. So she's a lot of fun. No, it's not pushing it on anyone, Miss Charlotte. I love that you brought that up because I love doing those. And group sessions are so much fun, especially when we're all together doing them. So, Jane, I'm going to look for that deck, the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. Amazing deck. Also, a fab deck is Wildwood Tarot. Oh, girl, I'm going to have to write all this down. I know I can go back and read it, but Wildwood Tarot. Okay. Fab deck. Okay. It has the Wheel of the Year. Oh, so you can read it. The Wheel of the Year. All right, everybody. All right. Well, beautiful people, I'm going to let you go. I'm so glad you were here. Unless anybody else wants a card that I missed, I will do that. In the meantime, I said I was going to do a card for everybody, and I didn't yet. And we'll just do one really quick. Though I think, gosh, Maruta, I think your cards were like, I think that was a group thing for sure. So, manifesting. Yeah. So, when we detach fully, that's when that manifesting comes in. And it's so easy to do. Anyway, all right, everybody, beautiful people. I love you all. So have a great day. Namaste. The light in me honors and loves the light in you. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.